Jon Adler is the national president of the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. That organization represents over 25,000 federal law enforcement officers. I want to thank him for his over 20 years of service as a federal law enforcement officer, including his work as a first responder at Ground Zero during the terrorist attack of September 11th. Jon and his fellow law enforcement officers are essential to stopping child predators. Jon?
So what are our most precious assets? Easy question, right? The donkeys and the elephants know the answer to that one. It's proof right here today. Our most precious assets are our children. No argument there. I thank Senator Toomey for taking the lead in the Senate to drive this message home, as well as the Congresswoman here, Congressman Stivers as well, and my good friend Mike Fitzpatrick. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. So what are we doing? What are we doing to protect our most precious assets? In my role as the national president of the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association, I represent law enforcement from the FBI, the Marshal Service, Secret Service, ICE, Postal Inspection, and other agencies and groups that actively pursue these child predators outside of the schools. Outside of the schools. We work with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. We understand the unconscionable, unspeakable horrors that these savages visit upon our children, and it has to stop. And shame on us if it doesn't. You know, there are over 800,000 law enforcement officers in this country, local, state, and federal. Some of us are firearms instructors, some of us are defensive tactics instructors, some of us are experienced martial artists. We're street savvy. We've got tons and tons of experience on how to catch the bad guys. But none of that matters. If we continue to give monsters keys to our schools, we cannot protect our children. It is absolutely critical, as written in 1596, that all school officials, employees, be subject to background checks, much like I am, much like everyone else in law enforcement is. There is no reason or no excuse for it. As a matter of fact, I issue, you know, we have this ice bucket challenge. I issue a background check challenge to every member of the Senate, besides the gentleman right here who's already authored the bill. I'm issuing every member of the Senate a background check challenge, every school official, every school employee, a background check challenge. Step up and volunteer. Volunteer to be fingerprinted. Volunteer to have your background done, because our children are absolutely worth it. So what are we going to do moving forward? Well, we obviously haven't done a bang-up job collectively coming up with a comprehensive strategy to secure our borders. But we must come up and follow through on 1596, secure our schools, protect our children, and keep the monsters out. Thank you.